Hey everybody, this is Beelit, and this is Injustice 2 Online Episode 10. In this episode, I've got some Forward 2-3 man for you, because I know you missed him. I know you did. He was great in Injustice 1. The most fun to play against. I came to enjoy Superman in Injustice 1. Towards the middle of the game's life cycle is when I started picking him up a little bit, and I appreciated him for that kind of neutral strength. It was fun. It was fun to do to somebody else. It wasn't fun when it was getting done to you, but it was fun when you were doing it to someone else. In this game, he feels very similar. I don't think he's quite exactly the same, and I don't think his neutral bullies the same way that it did in Injustice 1. There were really no comparisons to it in Injustice 1. In Injustice 2, there are some things that are kind of close to his Forward 2-3. And so that strength doesn't shine as much as it did in Injustice 1. Just because there are a lot of other characters that do have strong tools like that Forward 3. So it doesn't feel, and I was actually expecting it to cross up initially, and then when it didn't, I was like, what? So it's not as defining as it was in Injustice 2, the Forward 2-3, but it is still good. It is still strong. It is still something that the opponent has to deal with. Forward 2-3 breath pressure is real. It's still in the game. It's still very much Superman. It's there, and so I still appreciate that. His jump ins are actually kind of weirdly good, especially his jump 2. It feels like it has this hitbox way in front of it. Now watch this. Bam! I'm the greatest. Oh, that's some good stuff. When you sniff it out like that, oh my goodness, it's the best. Beelit, why are you so good sometimes? Beelit, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, Beelit. Sometimes you the best. Sometimes you the best. So we've got a little bit more Supergirl coming up, but Superman's one of those characters I think I'll probably continue to play, probably as a pocket character, as I've been doing before. I don't expect that I'll make him a main character, but I'll keep him in the back from time to time to have fun with. Worst case scenario, I don't find anyone else that I really enjoy using in the game, and I just go ahead and switch to Superman and just Forward 2-3 away. But I don't expect that to happen. I expect that I'll probably find somebody else aside from Superman, and just keep him as a secondary character, but he is still kind of fun to crank out. Supergirl, more about Supergirl. I don't know if there's really much more to be said about Supergirl. This matchup in particular is unfun for Wonder Woman. I definitely feel like this is a match in Supergirl's favor, as long as the Supergirl doesn't make really crazy risks. I really don't see her losing this matchup. There's a lot of things that the Supergirl player is doing that she should not be doing, or that they should not be doing. For instance, that meter burn shield toss is punishable. Didn't punish it. Spending the lasers, that beam trait thing that she does, the walking laser, really no need to do that in this matchup. The best thing to do is to just cycle through the lasers, make sure you've always got something available to you. Don't blow through all of them, keep something, but, definitely enforce the lasers. Just don't throw them all away, because, it is a resource on a timer. As long as you keep the threat and you make good laser choices, Wonder Woman's going to have a tough time. But, the second that you spend it all, you're then saying, okay, well, now I have these tools, so now focus on these tools. And when you do that, you make those tools a little bit less powerful. You know, when the opponent knows that they don't have to worry about your lasers anymore, one of the big things that a lot of Supergirl players do once they don't have lasers is teleport. And it's one of those things where it shouldn't be that way. You know, they should know better, but it's just one of those things that ends up happening, you know. But once the lasers are gone, you know, it's real easy to, you know, start figuring out what you have to deal with. And Supergirl players tend to freak out when they don't have the lasers. But it's definitely something that Supergirl players are not doing correctly, because she doesn't have to spend them all. She can afford to hold on to them a little bit more, to be a little bit smarter. And if you do, it is difficult as Wonder Woman to get in on this, because you've got to deal with getting outranged, getting out footsied, you know, and not a good time. I spent 2 bars of meter just for the opportunity to hit that back 2, which I shouldn't have been able to hit. There's no reason for that back 2 to have actually hit. There's no reason for the Supergirl to have pressed a button, you know. But that's what can happen. You can force the other person to take some huge risks if you just play it patiently. You be smart about it, and there's really not a lot to worry about. So this match is coming up to a close here, kind of going in. This is a little bit of that end game scramble. It's looking a little bit cleaner, I think, than it felt. I was really surprised I was able to block that meter burn teleport, especially in the moment. I've been kind of 50-50 on blocking it. I'm not a reaction player. I'm very much a read player, and stuff like that, it catches me a lot. So whenever I block it, I do feel pretty good. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Adios.